Hello, my name is Anthony Caballero, and I am the interviewer from the podcast Two Peas and a Podcast. My co-host Perry Hutchinson couldn't join us today, sadly. Today, I will be interviewing the main character in the new hit novel Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield. Hello, Holden. How are you?
Hello, Anthony. I'm glad to be here, but it's so damn hot in here. Is it summer year-round around here?
All right, we'll get that fixed, Holden. But first, I have a few questions for you about your life and the Catcher in the Rye. My first question here is, you obviously seem like a smart kid, but what was the reason behind flunking all your classes? And what did you mean when you said, quote, I've left schools and places. When I leave a place, I like to know I'm leaving it.
What a phony question. Whatever. I left those places because none of them felt like my home. I never fit in anywhere with anyone, and also because all those schools I left are full of a bunch of phonies and crooks. I can't even count how many on those fingers.
When reading the book, Holden, I noticed you had sort of a negative attitude toward lots of your close friends or acquaintances in the book. I was wondering, who would you say are your real friends in the novel?
I don't have too many of them. Most of the people I know are or morons. But I guess I would say Jane Gallagher is a good friend of mine from my childhood, and Stradlater, even though he can be a pretty lousy guy sometimes.
Several times in the book, Holden, when you're feeling down or really depressed, I notice every time you feel this way, you either smoke a cigarette or go out drinking. Why do you feel the need to smoke or drink your sorrows away? Do you have an alcohol problem?
I don't have an alcohol problem. Tons of lousy guys at Pensy smoke and drink, plenty more than I do. It's perfectly normal to drink or smoke when you're feeling sad. Everyone does it.
Okay, Holden. I know you said you didn't want to go back home after getting kicked out of Pensy, but towards the end of your journey, you go back home and visit Phoebe. You ask people if she's at the museum and search for her constantly that day. How special is Phoebe to you? Does she hold a special place in your heart?
Obviously, she's my goddamn sister. She's the only person I can stand in this whole damn world. She's just perfect. She's the kindest person in the world. And I was only delivering her record to her. Little Shirley Beans. She loves them.
Going a little off topic here, but when you're searching for Phoebe, you talk about the museum and describe the special place it holds in your heart. I was a little confused on how you explained your love for it, and I think some of the readers were as well. Can you go a little more in depth when you said, quote, the best thing though in that museum was that everything stayed right where it was, end quote.
I just meant that I like how everything never changes. No matter how old it is, it never changes who it is. Sometimes I wish I could be like those Native Americans stuck in time in those glass cages.
Adding a little more, some readers have responded by saying what they think the theme of the book is. An interesting one I found several times was, sometimes people get stuck in the past instead of living in the present. Would you say you are stuck in the past?
Yeah, I think I am. I don't want to grow up and be like all those adults. They're such a bore. It feels calming to stay as a kid with no responsibilities, having fun all day just like me and Allie used to.
One last question I have is, all throughout the novel, you talk to your dead brother Allie when you're feeling sad or depressed. Why do you feel the need to talk to him out loud when he actually isn't there?
Allie was my best friend growing up. Sometimes when I'm feeling down, I like to imagine I'm talking to Allie, and it helps me calm down. Are we done now? You've asked me all the goddamn questions in the world.
Yes, Holden. It was a joy to have you, and I wish you the best. This is the end of our third episode on the Two Peas in a Podcast. See you guys next episode.